search for homes that realtors would do well, listen, to incorporate into their online marketing strategies. There you go. It's hard to read, so I'm going to scoot up here. Shoppers will perform an average of 11 searches prior to taking action on a real estate site. So they go in, they Google, it's 2 a.m., they're looking, they're going to look through 11 different searches before they register, right? Give you any information. They're going to look and look and look. Home shoppers using search engines are 9% more likely to take action on a real estate brand website than those. 69% of home shoppers do take action on a real estate brand website. Then their research with the local firm, i.e. listing homes for sale. Does that make sense? So they search keywords or localize. How many times have you guys heard instructors tell you capture things like Bayshore homes for sale, Southport, Southside, Hillside, View, keywords, keywords, keywords. That's why. 69 mountain. Did you say mountain view? 69%, they're looking very specifically. Let me ask you a question. Has anybody here ever planned or taken a vacation, like to somewhere far away, and started just Googling initially, just to start getting information? Do you Google vacation? No. What do you Google? Well, I mean, you get real specific, right? You know, Aruba, resorts, Aruba all-inclusive resorts. You get very, very clear about what you want. Otherwise, what happens? Why do you do that? You're going to get 8 gajillion other things. You don't want that. Waste your time, so you're smart. Guess what? Buyers are the same way. They're doing the same thing. If they've got a school district they're already married to, they're going to use keywords to keep their property searches showing. I mean, I always look and go, what would I do if I were buying? My kids are in the service school district. If I bought another house today, it would be right there. First qualifier. Bam, right out of the gate. We use keywords. 52% of actions on real estate brand sites come directly from a local search on a search engine. So those are driving the actions as well. They're using those localized terms, and that's what's driving the action. Okay, this part is interesting. The zero moment of truth. The NAR study illustrates how traditional home shopping by physical locations, where a consumer visits an agent's office or an open house, has become rare, more and more increasingly rare. I don't know how many of you guys remember, some have been in the business longer than others, where the brokerage itself was physically located was a big deal because of walk-in traffic.
So do you think I should get a computer?
I think we have some extras, some old ones. Where the brokerage was located was a big deal. Street exposure, signage, is it even walking traffic? Why? Because that was where some of a good chunk of business came, literally with people walking in the door. Open houses.
Before you have to worry about stabbing you.
No, that's true. Open houses was the source of business. If you were new or younger, that's how you built a business. You went out and worked open houses. You understand that you now host an open house in every listing that you have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You do it virtually. All of the open house shoppers have left the streets and they're online. So when people say, you did an open house in my house and you only had 2 people. No, how many hits do we have on your listing? That's how many people came to your open house. They just have to get in the car, fight through the crappy weather. They're doing it all the time. Which is, oh, by the way, why I don't necessarily do but more than one open house or whatever, depending on where you are in your business. Their house is open constantly. Incidentally, do you guys know what the demographic of who is your open house shopper? What is that buyer? What are they doing? Why are they there?
Neighbors.
Okay, let's talk about the real ones that, yes, and yes, but the ones that,
people who aren't qualified yet, who are just kind of looking to see what's out there, to see if they're going to do
they're 6 to 9 months out. They're gathering information. They don't want to bother a realtor yet. They may have not even been to a lender. They're literally just kind of going, okay, let me just do a little R&D, right?
Same people are hitting your website. Jared, you work a ton of internet leads. How many of your internet leads that you convert buy a house within a
Probably a quarter of them.
maybe about 25%? But what you know you're building is your next 6 to 18 months
Oh, yeah.
worth of business, right?
Absolutely.
You're building your pilot, because that's who they are. Got it? So understand, you've got to know who's coming across the internet, but here's the thing, they're going to buy a house. So sometimes we get real impatient with these leads. Well, I called them and there was nothing. But then you see them at the title company with Jared in 9 months. They're buying a house, they're just not necessarily buying a house today. Just like the open house buyer was buying a house, they just weren't buying it today. Home purchasers now prefer to mix, okay, sorry, I skipped a line. Google refers to the zero moment of truth as homebuyers doing a significant amount of research and decision-making online in advance of physical shopping. The buyers that we are getting to the buyer consultation are already incredibly well-informed. They may not be, it may be inaccurate, because, if it's on the internet, it means it has to be true. So, you never know how informed they are, but they've done a ton of work. So home purchasers now prefer to mix traditional shopping methods, print advertisements, open houses, word of mouth, with digital sources, YouTube, how-to videos, property searches, online service review. In other words, the zero moment of truth is now stretched out over an extended period of time, 6 to 9 months plus, through multiple sources, and here's your action item. Agents should quickly implement a substantial digital presence to accommodate the significant shift in consumer behavior. If you're going to stay in the game, you've got to have a digital presence. So here's what you know. When during new home research, mobile sources were used? In the beginning, 49%. General news website, this is to search for property, 31%. Maps. Do you ever find you have to give directions to people anymore? Remember when you had to give specific directions to everybody? Why don't you do it anymore? Don't need it. Just type it in. Different applications. This is so, all my children are raised so differently than I was when you talk about technology, right? I can say, meet me at such and such a place. I don't even realize I haven't told them how to get there. They don't even think twice. They just pop it in and look for, was it you that told me your kid said she couldn't read a map because she didn't know where the blue dot was? Where's my blue dot? I thought, and she was like, wait. Oh boy.
Yeah.
But that's the truth, right? It's different than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing for our buyers. Home buyers are increasingly mobile. Real estate agents should employ mobile marketing techniques to ensure they're discoverable by home shoppers browsing on mobile apps. This is why this mobile app is a big deal for you guys. Even if you're not giving it the weight, the full seriousness of what this is, the mobile app is a big deal because here's what we know. 51% of shoppers will read general home information on a mobile app. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, and can I just say,
I
the
can't believe
reason
you have a
we don't-
comment on this
I
topic.
was trying to be good.
Shocked.
I really was.
No, please
Being
do,
good this year.
because this is not my strength zone.
If anybody has ever looked at your Flex links using an iPad or an iPhone, they suck.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that to you.
You have to flip them
Okay?
around to
They
see
don't work. They're not made for it. When you call Flex, and I'm talking when you not call our local Flex, when you call Flex, they will tell you they are not mobile supported, nor do they have any intention of going that route. If you use your eEdge, which is market leader, Gary Keller said at the last family reunion, I believe he said it at Masterminds, I believe he said it at Mega Camp, and I know Carrie Sylvester says it all the time, that anything that's on KW.com is committed to being mobile. This is why. So you already have a web presence. You've had a web presence for over a year. It's just whether you're using it or not, and you have a mobile web presence, and it's ready to go, and it has the search engine, it has the keywords. So those of you that are going, oh my God, I don't want to know any tech, you already have it.
So you don't have to go create it.
No.
Or invent it.
Or buy it, or
Well, and
any of
this
it.
is,
You got it.
the thing is that what I'm trying to get you to understand, this is a needs, this is almost like a reverse needs analysis. I want you to see your need for it. Trust me, guys, y'all see, and all joking aside, you see me every week trying to figure out the sound on this thing. I mean, I am the that's just volume. I'm not a tech-forward person, and it pains me to think that you are sitting there with every single resource necessary. You don't have to go invest $200,000 in building a website. You have one. You don't have to go pay a subscription for a contact management system. You have one. You don't have to generate emails to touch your clients. It does it for you. You don't have to create a mobile app. You have one. It's all right there, and this is what I know you're gonna miss. And I want you to understand that you need to go, I'm not saying you guys need to become the tech experts. You need a cursory knowledge of what to do. That's, apparently I just got a message.
Don't worry about
I
it.
just scared me.
Just keep going.
I am, but can you just please hit the volume down because I know who it is and she won't stop.
Stalker, knock off.
I need you to have a cursory knowledge so you can at least turn it on. Because who's going to be really ticked off if an agent from another company closes your buyer because they caught them when they were doing 51% of their research for general home information on a mobile app that you had that you didn't implement? I would be really mad about that, personally. They get directions online. They compare prices. They don't even get to you until after this. This is everything they do before you show up. They read general information, they get directions, compare prices, compare features, search a listing company's inventory. Then they call a brokerage. So all of this activity happens before you get the phone call. You know, we work hard with you guys on the phone call, right? Here's the scripts. How do you capture the lead? How do you connect with them? How do you get their contact information? We taught you all that. This, you gotta implement the stuff there so it comes to you. Once you guys get the call, I know you're good. I know you're gonna get the lead. I know you're gonna nail your scripts. Christina Gomez is looking for a script practicing partner, FYI, if anybody's up for that. I know you're gonna do that. What I can't control is out there in the virtual world. I know who is there. You guys do too. Love you guys. Read More Group. Tollefson Group. Kristen Cole. I know who's out there already. They're there. The thing is you don't have to have 11 buyer's agents, 5 buyer's agents, and dump 10 grand a month into expenses. All you have to do is use what you have. Here's why you need to. I'm not trying to sell you a product. I'm trying to keep your money in your pocket. Because the deal is are you going to go get new buyers from what you do to be available? I'm going to be completely honest. Probably not a ton. You may pick up some leads here and there and pick up a couple of buyers, maybe 5 more a year. What you're going to do is shut the back door on your clients and keep them there with you. Does that make sense? If you don't shut the back door, Jared and Michael are going to go convert them.
Knock off.
I mean, and I'm just being completely honest. They are. They're going to call. If I call and register on something, and Jared calls me, and I happen to be Christina's client, and you've sold me 3 houses a year, but I haven't talked to you in a year. You know, you've sold me 3 properties, but I haven't talked to you. He now says, come in for a buyer consultation. Okay. We come in, sit down, I go buy a house. Did Jared do anything wrong? Absolutely not. He did his job. He just got it before you closed the back door. Yeah.
That's actually not an exaggeration.
Nope.
I talked to a client on Friday that Michael had to an appointment and Jared's emailing 3 times a day. True story.
Yeah. And good for you. You're
Yeah.
doing your job.
Definitely.
But what I'm telling you is, if you don't have a presence, there is a presence that's out there. So all of that, well, they're loyal to me, and I've sold them. I mean, I have the clients, guys. I've got them. I'm right there with you. I've sold them 7 houses. I sold their aunt, their sister, their mother. I was at the hospital when the baby was born. I've been to the 40th birthday party. And doesn't matter. If you're not there, you're not going to keep them. Okay. The study shows that real estate agents, now here's the good news. Now that you all want to go slit your wrists, except for Jared and Michael. Here's the good news. The study also showed that real estate agents bridge the gap between internet research and viewing and buying a home, as 88% of the buyers use an agent. So they're not gone from us, they're just changing the process, right? So technology is by no means replacing the realtors, it is in assisting the tech-savvy agents to better connect with the buyers actively researching. There's other offline mediums to connect. Print media, television, billboards, those things are out there. Go ahead.
Home book, television, billboard, print or
Where's the
newspaper.
print? Okay, I'm just gonna say this out loud.
I saw an ad in the Anchorage Daily News with the owner of the largest real estate company in the state of Alaska saying why she supports the Daily News because that is how her agents sell property. Big picture, big ad, name it like you say. Because you work at a place where we get it, okay? We understand the numbers. I have nothing against the Daily News. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever. I don't care. I just want you working where the business works. If you got a $4 to 1 return by advertising in the Daily News, I would tell you to go advertise in the Daily News. You don't. So therefore, I think it's business happening. Not only that, this is where the buyers are, not the same information. Home buyers want more. The good news is they need you. The bad news is that the internet has now become either a huge asset or a huge barrier between them getting to you specifically. They're getting to somebody. I promise you that. Home shoppers are increasingly watching more videos to find uniqueness, research neighborhoods or homes. Guys, this is why Dave Davis is going to their reunion with me. Because he understands you have, I mean, when you go to an open house to set it up, has anybody in this room ever hosted an open house? That one. When you walk in the house, what do you do? What happens?
Turn on the lights. What else?
Start making the cookies.
Fire up the candle or bake the cookies. Open the windows, open the blinds. Do you ever find yourself straightening? Like, they leave that out, shove it in the drawer, get it out. You neaten it up, right? You tidy it up. You want it to look really, really good. If you do that for Saturday from 1 to 4, do you think it's worth it to have a professional do that for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, when you don't know who's walking through your house? If I said, hey, Vanessa, I'm coming to your house tonight for dinner, would you run home ahead of me and clean it up probably a little bit? You wouldn't just let me in the door. Stop shaking your head. No, if one of y'all said, hey, I'm gonna come over to your house for dinner right now, you can come to my house for dinner, it's clean. I would still go home and I'd probably tidy a couple of things. That's what we do, right? Just for people we know. Strangers are walking through our listings every single day, every minute of the day. Get a professional to put the video on there.
And put the darn toilet lid down.
Make it. And then call the people back and show it, but that's a whole other topic. So, they're looking online, they're watching property, they're watching YouTube. The need for agents, listen to this. The need for agents to utilize hyper-local video marketing was highlighted by the fact that an amazing 86% of shoppers watched video online to find out more about a specific community. It's not just the house. Here's what people used video for. 86% find out more about a specific community. Does anybody in here have a neighborhood that they just nail, a subdivision that they own? And think about, you have your farm subdivision. Based on this data, would it be worth it to you to do a YouTube video on the College Gate East neighborhood and about the community? Probably.
70% for the inside of the home online. I can't say it enough. Present well, present well, present well. There is nothing more frustrating. I have a couple of searches that are set up for me. Each person gets different types of property, so I get, myself on the auto email. I've learned that I really like to do that because I can see how people are positioning just for pure market knowledge. Kidding me? I see some pictures that I'm going, I cannot even believe anybody put this online. And your job is to sell yourself against your competition, correct? So if you nail it, don't you think you're going to have a
you know, Dan finished, what, 35, 37, 30 million this year. This guy has done database-only business forever. I mean, this isn't like a new thing that you just mastered. Year after year, year after year after year, he nails it with his database. He's in the top 5 in the state, always. He just is. 0 internet leaks. 0, none, period. Here's what's amazing about this, and this is where I want you to understand the internet piece. What do you think his conversion rates are like on the lead?
99.999%.
He knows his one thing.
Yeah, exactly. So he has these crazy high conversion rates. When a lead comes in, it's a deal. It's not a lead that I'm hoping to get 3 out of 100, right? It's a lead. Now, here's the thing. What do you think the internet lead generators are trying to do?
Take his database.
They're building that business for 15 years down the road. Do you guys understand that? They're building a database. They're not selling houses. They're building a database. So that when they sell those guys the first house, now they're a past client, now they're a Met. Now they can run a database business. They want to run Dan's business. But they want to start it and frame it. Reed and I were just having this conversation. That's the goal. You start it and build the database through the fast generation. Not over time, which is what it took all of us. They said, ooh, I have a Cliff Notes version. They have a tool. They have the internet. So they can go build, what did you guys finish, 33 million this year? A $33 million base of people they've never met, but now guess what? They've met them. So now the rest of those guys, for the rest of their life, they've got a 99% conversion rate. Are you understand what I'm saying? Here's my point. The internet can either be the foundational piece of your business, or it can be a close the back door piece. Either way, it's part of your business, whether you like it or not. You gotta get into it.
And it was done in 1/10 of the time.
Absolutely. So, okay, we got 2-3 minutes. Any ahas or thoughts from this? Other thoughts? Yes.
I have an aha about the internet being the first part of developing a database, because this is now my 2nd year, and I'm actually having my first-year clients call me and saying, we don't like the condo we bought. We don't like the house we bought.
We
wanna
had
move
another
up.
baby we
had
weren't
another
planning
kid."
on.
And so,
Yeah,
yeah.
we got a
And I hadn't
divorce.
called them to see how things were happening
Sure.
from the last time that I had sold them, because quite frankly, too little time has passed.
Yeah, you
And
don't
so,
think it.
yeah.
That is a great point, because when I started in the business 11 years ago, everybody told me, rightly so, Jennifer, it's about 7 years, 5 to 7 years for the comeback business. You know, the second time, we want to list and sell. Made sense to me, makes sense to you. It's not I don't know why it's not, but it's not. And then it starts showing up, and that's when you go, because you built this business on just literally the sweat of your brow. And then when they call you and they land in your lap and you're like, it can be like this? Are you kidding me? It's pretty insane. And you're right, how do you know? You never think, you figure, you put them in. I sold a client their dream house, forever home. We built it from scratch, custom, Harding Homes. Designed this thing, that was it. Little did I know, the wife would go, perfectly normal woman, go crazy. Move to Indiana, take the kids. Do you think the 5-bedroom, 40,000 square foot house is gonna work any longer? No. I get the call, saddest thing in the world. I mean, it absolutely kills me. But I would have literally assumed they would be in that house forever. Because all indicators were, like you said, that this would work, but then it doesn't.
You never know. I have 3 clients right now who listed their homes because Delta closed down their cargo. They
Sure,
outsourced it.
unforeseen
They had
circumstances.
just refinanced their places. They had no clue they were going to be relocated.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any other ahas or thoughts before I let you go? David? Oh, I couldn't tell if that was a,
I thought it was too.
it wasn't great.
It was
There was a point there. Okay, so please make sure if you're going to family reunion that you book a class. If you're not, guess what you get to do after it's over? Watch and listen to all the classes. They'll be online. So it takes a while, it doesn't happen immediately. They have to load them all up. But make sure you get yourself in gear. I guarantee you they're not having this conversation at other companies.
So not only are you able to set the district